Hello and welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to another match reaction. The Arsenal have defeated Brentford at the G-Tech Stadium in the Carabao Cup, 1-0. Gotta say, the goal was an absolute gift. The good for Reece and Eddie to pounce on it, but in that beginning of the game, we were pressing pretty high, causing lots of mistakes, and we were able to capitalize on that very first one, and it kind of set the tone for the game. I thought we were going to go on because we did control a lot of that first half for a while, at least. Good 35 minutes, I'd say we controlled the game in that first half. They weren't really able to get out. We were winning all the second balls, and we were keeping possession well. Thought it was cool to see Mr. Sago Jr. get a start, get a debut. Honestly, didn't think he was in the game much. So good to see youngster get the start, but we'll definitely want to see more from him in the future. Glad to see Emmy Smith-Rowe get the start as well. Excellent, excellent. Glad to see him in the lineup. I thought that he was decent. I thought that he showed his quality in flashes. Was able to get on the ball a few times and push it forward. You definitely like to see that. I didn't think he really lit it up. I thought that he does well on that opportunity where he's run into the box. Maybe could have done just a bit better with the shot. Good save from the keeper, though. We'll give the keeper his props on that one. But yeah, all in all, not too shabby from Emmy Smith-Rowe. Good to see him back on the pitch. No need to talk about Kai Havertz. Doing Kai Havertz things was not great, but that's nothing new. I thought that Jorginho's performance was interesting. Had a bit of a I feel bad about what happened at the weekend, kind of a knack to it. I think that he definitely come in, got the armband, and was able to he definitely looked like he was lively. He looked like he had some energy, but still somewhat shaky in possession at times, somewhat nervy a little bit at times, but I thought he was directing traffic and helping to control the game there in that first half when we did have control. So yeah, definitely decent performance from him. Don't mind it. Don't mind it. I think that Ramsdale getting the start was warranted, and I figured we'd probably see that. So it's good to see that. I thought he had one nervy moment, but then a massive save from Wissa in the second half. Massive save, puts it off the bar, ends up keeping us from having to go to penalties to win this one because I didn't think we created much at all. Definitely not in that second half. We had control a bit, as I say, for a while in the first, but in the second half, not a whole lot of control. Kind of nervy right till the end. Brentford were pressing. They were pressing a lot higher than they did in the first half. And so, yeah, kind of up against it in the end. We didn't have control at all in the second half. Not even at all. I felt that it was good to see we stuck to our principles and we're trying to do the same things. Credit where it's due. I think Mikel Arteta got the game management side of things correct today. I liked what he did with the lineup. I still think Jesus down the middle is the best plan, but the rotation up top was interesting to see as we got different subs on and different bodies on. When Jesus comes on, he goes wide, but then Eddie is wide and Havertz is down the middle in the end. So interesting to see that rotation. I still think Jesus down the middle is our best option as far as our strongest team. But I thought Eddie had a decent game today. You can see his hold-up play, his strength. He works hard. He just lacks the finishing and decision-making in the end. And unfortunately, that's what goal scorers get paid to do. But I did think he had a decent game today. Reece Nelson comes in, gets the goal. Definitely took it well, slots it home right in the corner. I thought he should have scored in that second half as well. And that play was kind of the result of our only good kind of controlled possession during the second half. from about minute 60 to about minute 64-ish, right when Reese has that chance, we were decent as far as keeping control, keeping the ball, moving it around. And I thought that we should have done more of that in the second half, but we didn't. And Brentford had some joy. Definitely put us under some pressure, and we couldn't get out for a while in the end, and kind of a bit hanging on. The commentators said a proper cup tie. If you look at the match stats, we'd only had 60% of possession. I guess that's kind of normal. Uh, but they had 18 shots on goal, not on goal. They only had 4 on goal, but they had 18 attempts to our 10, 4 on goal to our 3. So they definitely produced more. I didn't think, once again, we kind of just lacked edge up top. I think, Eddie, even though he was coming back and making deep runs, sometimes struggles to link the play up. And so we struggled to put the chances together. But I thought that it's encouraging to get the win in the cup, to progress in the cup. Love to see that. Brentford's certainly not a easy place to go and get the victory, but it's good to see that some of our rotation players come in. Kivior did well, I thought. It's good to see that. Good to see that we can rotate and have some variance in the team and still get a win, still kind of edge it out away from home. I wasn't expecting a huge, stellar, kind of crazy, amazing performance here in the Carabao Cup. I don't really think that there's a lot of emphasis on the Carabao Cup, and it doesn't really need to be. I understand all the reasons why and agree with most of them. Yeah, you want to win, definitely want to win the cup. And so it's a positive that we move on. Needed a bit of a bounce back after the draw with Spurs. And as far as performance goes, I don't think we really elevated the levels that much, but the win is very good to get, very good to see. You love to progress in the cup. And I think that we probably have a shot at it. I've just seen the news that Newcastle has beaten City, and Chelsea knocked Brighton out as well. So those are two definitely contenders for the cup, 2 teams that went deep last season. So maybe Arsenal can have a shot at this trophy. Definitely thought that Arteta places more emphasis on it than he did last season. We definitely had a pretty strong lineup to start out with, and I'm grateful that we were able to weather the storm in the end. I definitely thought Brentford were the better team in the second half. Kind of mirrored the flow, the way that the Spurs game went as far as the progression of the game. We had control for a while and then never really gained it back in the second half. But some defensive resiliency. Gabriel in there. I thought Ben White wasn't at his best, but we were able to get it done and progress in the cup. And so we look forward to Bournemouth. It's going to be a tough away day in the Premier League, but I'm looking forward to it. So go ahead and get the likes up on the video. If you're new, thanks for being here. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 100 subscribers, very, very close. And we will be back tomorrow night with the full panel for the Cup Chasers podcast. Don't miss that. There will definitely be it'll be up and scheduled early, so you know what time that'll be going down tomorrow night. So, like I said, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening, and come on, you Gunners. Have a great night.